Hey guys, I have another battle here for you today, and this time it's against Gavin Hill, whose name you might recognize because I battled him a couple times on YouTube, and he's a constant Twitch follower. But yeah, today I'm using the Pink Blob team. Well, kind of, but I am using two Pink Blobs in this team. One is the Chansey, because it's not a Blissey, so I don't hate it. I do still kind of hate it, but it's not as bad. And the other one is Clefable, which is a Pokemon that has gotten some really good buff in Gen 6 due to the introduction of the Fairy type. Regardless, we both lead with Rotom Wash. I am a Scarf set, so I'm just going to go with a Volt Switch to get some damage and switch out into something that can counter this, as he just goes for the Thunderbolt. And yeah, I don't really know at this point that it is not another Scarf set. It could have just won a speed tie. But as you can see, he does go for the Light Screen now, so obviously it is not a Scarf set. So this Toxic is going to hurt it pretty badly, considering, yeah, Rotoms that are normally bulky Rotoms really don't like Toxic. They don't have really a way to recover their health, so it really does hurt them. Regardless, he's going to go into Lopunny, and one of the things this team does have is like 4 Pokemon weak to fighting, so I am scared to death of this Lopunny, as I go out into Clefable, which will scare away the fighting type, because Lopunny is a fighting type when it Mega Evolves. And I'm just going to set up Stealth Rocks now on the predicted switch. I'm not really afraid. Clefable is really my only Pokemon that I have that can really scare away that Lopunny. So right now, right off the bat, looking at his team and seeing that he has the Mega Lopunny, it's super scary for me. Anyway, so he goes into Soliopede and just Poison Jabs, which doesn't do much to the incoming Tyranitar, as I'm going to Mega Evolve. It is my Mega on this team. It's actually a Dragon Dance Mega Scent, but this team is somewhat of a Sandstorm team. Most of my Pokemon that I have on this team do not take damage from Sandstorm. So, yeah, it's kind of a Sandstorm team. It's a pseudo-Sandstorm team. It's not like I was trying for a Sandstorm team. It just, I wanted to use Tyranitar, Mega Tyranitar specifically, and obviously, whenever you include a Tyranitar in your team, you kind of want to make sure that you're not going to be screwed over by the Sandstorm. Regardless, I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide now, because it has better accuracy than Stone Edge, and yeah, that's dead, so awesome. I did not get off a Dragon Dance, unfortunately, and he did deal some significant damage to me, but I still want to switch out because I know Tyranitar can be useful later. Not to mention, I do not want to take a fighting move from this Lopunny. I go into Clefable, as he just actually goes for the Fake Out upon Mega Evolving, which kind of waste the Fake Out because it's not going to do a whole lot to Clefable, and I wouldn't be able to attack anyway this turn since I just switched. But, yeah, obviously I do resist fighting moves, and I'm just going to go, I believe, what do I go for? Do I go for the Toxic? I think I go for the Toxic predicting the switch. Don't 100% remember. Let's go ahead and find out what I do. No, we're going for the Fire Punch. Okay. Oh, is this the turn I just kill him? Because, yeah, he goes for the Fire Punch. I don't know if he's predicting a switch or over-predicting or something. I don't know. But, yeah, he goes for the Fire Punch, which doesn't do that much to me. And then I just go for the Moonblast, which is super effective, and take it out. So that's pretty awesome. Clefable is not affected by the Sandstorm due to the Magic Guard, and I feel really good about killing that because that was probably the biggest threat looking at his team to me. So he goes into Sylveon, and I don't know what exactly set this Sylveon is. Depending on this Sylveon set, really depends on how I can fight it. But I go into Calabian figuring, hey, I'm a Steel type, so I should be able to, and I die to that Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice is neutral, since I'm also part Fighting type. It's still a shock to see it just 1-hit KO Calabian like that. Or Cobalion, or whatever it's called. But that does reveal to me that this is a Specs Sylveon, which is a set I do like a lot. It hits like a truck, as you can see. And now he is going to switch it out because he doesn't think he can do much to Chansey, who has, like, you know, a ton of special defense and stuff. But I just go for the Toxic, and I end up getting this Salamence, and I don't want to stay in because I don't want the Salamence. If this Salamence sets up on me, it's going to be a huge problem, and even with the Eviolite, Chansey doesn't have great defense, so it's better to switch out. So I go into Clefable, and that's because I'm a Fairy thing, and Fairy is good against dragons and stuff, but looking at how much that Earthquake does, I'm a little bit scared he's going to kill me. So I just go for the Solid Boiled hoping to live, but he ends up switching out, so I'm kind of glad he did that, because I didn't want to actually see if that would kill me, because looking at the damage, it might have, I don't know. But whatever, that's good for me. I get the Soft Boiled up as he goes back into his Rotom, which I'm okay with. Clefable is a pretty bulky Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure I can take whatever this thing is going to do to me. The thing also has a Citrus Berry, which is not an item I was exactly expecting, but okay, to each their own. I don't know what the... Like, I feel like Leftovers is better, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess Rotom doesn't have a whole lot of HP. Well, actually it does, kind of, doesn't it? I don't know. Regardless, I'm just going to go for the Moonblast to get extra damage. This thing is going to, like, wither itself down with Toxic, so not really sure why he's staying in here. It's not like he's doing a whole lot of damage to me. So, yeah, I feel okay just staying in and soft-boiling, and yeah, pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stall this thing out. If that's the way he wants it, that's what he's going to get. So yeah, eating my leftovers. I think he has 1 turn left of pretty much life at this point. So, yeah, he ends up getting kind of lucky and critting this Hydro Pump. Must be nice, since I was going to have some pretty decent amount of HP when this thing died, but now I don't. And I don't even know why. I should have just went for the soft-boiled. I'm stupid. Because this thing would have gotten taken down by its hotkeys anyway. There's no point for me to go Moonblast there to finish it. I should have just played it safe and soft-boiled, but I kind of made a mistake there, too. But yeah, the crit kind of is annoying, because now I'm able to get, apparently... Well, actually, this thing would have done damage to me anyway, but I don't know. I go for the soft-boiled this turn. I do outspeed Sylveon, which is really, really slow. And, yeah, as you can see, that Hyper Voice does a ton, because Fairy doesn't resist itself, like I kind of thought it was, and it does not, so that's not good. So I'm just going to go for the Moonblast. I don't even know why, because I don't really feel... Looking at how much damage I just did to my Clefable, I really don't feel comfortable at all. I really just don't feel comfortable letting anything come in on it. But now I do go into Chansey, because Chansey does have a ton of special defense. I'm thinking that I should be able to take this pretty well. And as you can see, look at that damage. Chansey, definitely better than Blissey. Chansey with Eviolite, so much better than Blissey. I'm so happy, because Blissey, I hate Blissey. Stupid fat pink thing. This is also a fat pink thing, but you know what? This fat pink thing was one of the originals, so I like it better. Regardless, he goes back into Salamence. I have pretty much everything on his team poisoned at this point. As I just go for a soft-boiled, just in case he wanted to stay in. But he doesn't. He learned his lesson and switched out, and I'm okay with that. This Salamence is almost dead as well. I do switch out, and I don't know why I did that, going into Tyranitar. I guess I was kind of thinking that he would do something else? I don't know. Not really sure what my intentions was. Maybe I was wanting... I don't know. But either way, he goes for the Earthquake, and then kills Tyranitar, so that's not good. He does get the Moxie boost, but he's only going to have like 1 more turn that he can survive anymore anyway, because of the because of the poison and the Sandstorm. So I go out into Rotom, and I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, in case he feels like switching out. Actually, no reason for him to switch here, because he would just die to the Stealth Rocks anyway, so he's going to go down, and that means I have to switch first. I go out into Chansey. I know his last Pokemon are both Talonflame, and which we haven't seen yet. He's probably been saving it because of the Stealth Rocks, doesn't want to switch it in on the Stealth Rocks. And his other last Pokemon is the Sylveon. So I feel pretty good either way. I don't know what kind of set this Talonflame is. I decided to go for the Toxic in case it was one of those bulky setup, sets and not a choice span set. Now, he does have the Life Orb, so it definitely was a setup set, probably a Swords Dance one. But either way, the Toxic is more than enough to actually kill it at this point, due to the Sandstorm also dealing damage. So that ends up being pretty awesome for me either way. But I had to do it just in case he wasn't. If he was a choice band set, I still have Rhyperior, which could have come in, set up a rock polish, and probably swept at that point. So I felt pretty confident just going for the Toxic in case it wasn't a banded set. Worked out for me there, and he's going to go out into his last Pokemon, which is Sylveon. I'm just going to go for the Seismic Toss to get damage. Feeling that in the Sandstorm, my Rhyperior, due to the special defense boost for rock types, should be able to at least take 1 hit and finish this thing off, even if it does kill Chansey. But it doesn't, because Chansey is a bulky mother effer, and yeah, that's just going to take down the Sylveon. After all those hazards, I definitely pretty cool setting up all those different ways of damage after turn, having 2 pink blob things. Yeah, anyway, let's go into today's question of the day. Alright, today's question of the day is, what old Pokemon do you think made the biggest leap thanks to Gen 6? And I think Clefable is up there. Clefable is one of those Pokemon that was always kind of hovering around the UU and lower tiers. In fact, in Black and White, it was RU. But with the inclusion of Fairy type and it changing its type to Fairy, it really, really did get stronger as a wall. And now it is OU, believe it or not. And it is definitely a very good as a wall Pokemon. It can set up Stealth Rocks. It can be a Calm Minder. It can do a lot of stuff, especially with Magic Guard. It's a very good Pokemon now, thanks to the Fairy type. So leave a comment about what Pokemon you think improved the most from Gen 5 to Gen 6, and see you guys again next time.